Hello and welcome to No Win, No Fee, the show where all 12 of today's contestants are hoping to go home with £4,000, and I'm hoping they don't, because I do not get paid for presenting the show. If somebody here takes that money, I go away with absolutely nothing. Zero. No win, no fee for me. And if you don't believe me, here's my contract. Take a look at it in black and white. Remuneration. The presenter agrees that he shall receive no fee for providing the services. In fact, the only way I make anything at all is if this lot fail to win the money, then I go home with £4,000. And it's been some time since I last had a win. So, let's meet the people who are standing in the way of me and my fee today. Ben, Anne, Tommy, Martin, Mel, Clinton, Jeff, Kirsten, Lucy, AJ, Simon and Caroline. Now, you're all virtual strangers to each other. All you really know about each other are your names. And this is a game of assumption and presumption, because I'm going to ask you to choose players that you think are going to get a question wrong. It's all about sudden death and first impressions. Well, there are 12 of you at the moment, but I'm happy to say that in just a few minutes, there are only going to be 6 of you. And we're going to start by randomly selecting one person. Who's going to come up first to choose a question and then pick somebody to get that question wrong? It's going to be Jeff first. I wonder how good he is at reading first impressions. Jeff, join me and choose your question. So, bit of a people watcher, are you, Jeff?
Sort of.
Good at reading body language?
I think so.
First of all, you've got to choose a question. Which one do you think somebody here is going to get wrong? Top or bottom? It's up to you.
Top question.
That's the question you want to go for?
Mm-hmm.
Top question. Now study the reactions of the people in front of you. You've got to pick somebody from first impressions alone who you think will get that question wrong. Here's Jeff's question. How many standard wine bottles make up a Nebuchadnezzar? Different reactions. Clinton is rocking slightly from foot to foot, looking down. Anne's not meeting your gaze. But maybe she knows the answer. What are you thinking, Jeff?
It's going to be Tommy.
So, Tommy, he's confident you're going to get this question wrong. Join us and prove him wrong. Come and face your question. So why Tommy, Jeff?
I just think he's a young lad and I don't think he's been around the wine bars enough.
OK, we're going to find out now, Tommy. You have to get this right to stay in the game. And if you do get it right, you'll have the satisfaction of kicking Jeff out. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Oh, very nice.
I'm happy at this stage. I'll lose one of you, whatever happens. I'll get a bit closer to my £4,000. Here we go. How many standard wine bottles make up a Nebuchadnezzar? He's thinking. Of course, you could just guess the right answer.
You could.
That'd be a shame, wouldn't it, Jeff?
You would.
£4,000. What would you do with that money?
Spend it.
Yeah, that's a good start. But on what, Jeff?
Write my own game show.
Ooh, there's no money in that, believe me. Tommy?
Having a look through my knowledge of ancient biblical kings, I'll have a guess 20 bottles.
20 bottles, standard wine bottles, in a Nebuchadnezzar. If Tommy's right, he stays in the game, Jeff, and we lose you. But if he's wrong, you're through to the next round. In fact, Tommy, there are 20 bottles, so you're right. So, Tommy, well done. We're going to be seeing you in the next round. And, Jeff, I'm happy to say you are out. OK, the lights are flickering. We're going to get somebody else up to choose a question, and hopefully, they'll be hoping anyway, they can knock somebody out with that question. Who's up next? It's going to be Clinton. Clinton, I wonder how good you are at reading people's faces. Let's find out. Join me and choose your question. OK, you've seen the drill. 2 questions, top or bottom. Which one are you going to go for? Which one is somebody here going to get wrong?
Top one.
The top question. Here it comes. Study all their faces. Pick a victim. Who looks weak? Who looks shifty? Who looks defensive? Who looks worried and concerned? And try and figure out who might be bluffing. For which Bond film did Duran Duran provide the theme song? Could be anyone. It's up to you, Clinton. Who are you going to choose to get that question wrong?
I'll go for Anne.
So, Anne, he thinks you're going to get this question wrong. Join us and face your question. Why did you pick Anne in particular, Clinton?
Because the Bond films are sort of generally watched by perhaps a younger generation.
How very ungallant. And I'm sure you're going to want to prove him wrong. She looks a lot younger than me. So what's he thinking of me? Take as long as you like. Think about it. Let Clinton decide whether he has made the right or the wrong choice in calling you out. For which Bond film did Duran Duran provide the theme song?
Unfortunately for Clinton, I come from a family of Bond fanatics.
Possibly the wrong person to go for then, Clinton. You could still be bluffing. You've got to get this answer right to stay in the game. And if you do go out, then your family aren't going to be happy, are they?
I'll really let them down.
For which Bond film did Duran Duran provide the theme song?
A View to a Kill.
A View to a Kill. Now, if that's the right answer, Anne stays in and Clinton goes home. But if Anne's wrong, Clinton, you stick around. The answer is A View to a Kill, and you're right. Which means, Anne, you are through to the next round. And Clinton, diamonds may be forever, but you're not. I'm happy to say you're out. OK, 2 people now in with a chance of £4,000. Who's going to join them? Who's up next to choose a question? And it's Ben. I wonder how good he is at reading first impressions. He's had a bit more time to suss people out. Ben, join me and choose your question. Now, you've seen the way it works. Would you be happier choosing a question or answering a question, do you think?
Choosing, I think, at this level.
Well, that's fine. You've got a choice of 2, top or bottom. Which one is somebody here going to get wrong to springboard you into the next round?
Top one, definitely.
The top question, definitely.
Yeah.
Could be worth £4,000 to you. Make or break choice. This is the question he's gone for, folks. Which rock band took their name from a sports centre in Swindon? AJ took a step back. Mel's hand is still on her hip. Who's going to get this one wrong, do you reckon?
I'll pick Lucy.
Lucy, he thinks you're going to get this wrong. Come and prove him wrong. Come and face your question. Good game, this, because the questions come from all directions. Could be anything, music, sport, art, anything. This time around, it's kind of music and maybe geography. Still happy you picked Lucy?
Yeah.
OK, you have to get this question right, Lucy, to stay in the game. If you do get it right, we kick him out and you're through to the next round.
Okay.
Here's your question. Which rock band took their name from a sports centre in Swindon? Take your time. Of course, it could just be a guess. You could be trying to think what lies behind the question. Are there any clues in the question? Maybe there are, maybe there aren't.
I don't think that many well-known sports centres in Swindon.
Maybe she's from Swindon.
I don't think so.
You never know. She could be bluffing. You still happy about this?
Still feeling good.
Somebody with a lot of logic behind it. OK. Which rock band took their name from a sports centre in Swindon?
Well, I doubt it would be Duran Duran, since we just had them. I'm going to go with Culture Club.
Culture Club. Now, if Culture Club is right, Lucy's through to the next round. If she's wrong, Ben, you get a step closer to my £4,000. The correct answer is it's those Manc lads, Oasis. So, Lucy, you are wrong. So, Ben, you're through to the next round. And, Lucy, it's with great pleasure I say you're out. OK, who's up next to choose a question? And it's Kirsten. How good is she at judging people from those all-important first impressions? Kirsten, join me now and choose your question. As ever, there's two to choose from, top or bottom. Which is the most difficult? Which is somebody going to get wrong?
I think the bottom question.
The bottom question. Is that because you didn't know the answer, or?
That's right, Paul.
OK. Although, of course, it's not so much what you know, is it?
No.
It's what this lot don't know. Here's the question Kirsten has chosen. Study all their faces, Kirsten. In Monopoly, What is the cost of Marylebone Station? Interesting reaction from Martin. He kind of went, oh, was he bluffing? Who do you think can read best? Who's going to get this wrong? £4,000 at stake.
I think I'll go with Martin.
So, Martin, she thinks you're going to get this wrong. Join us and face your question. So you don't think he's a Monopoly lover then, Kirsten?
I don't think so, no.
Was that just the reaction or something about the way he
I
looks?
think it's the reaction. He looked very nervous and he didn't know the answer.
Of course, Martin, it could have been a double bluff, couldn't it?
It could.
We're going to find out. To stay in the game, you have to get this question right. If you do, Kirsten's out. Here's your question. In Monopoly, what is the cost of Marylebone Station? He's thinking about it. Still happy with your choice?
I am, yes.
He's laying out the board. Look, he's what's it, and there he's gone.
I've got to free parking.
Right.
That's 200 quid.
Right. Thank goodness it's not a bigger board. Do you know the answer?
I do.
Right.
Really?
So maybe she's feeling a bit superior to you, Martin. She picked you because she knows more than you.
Well, I'm a wrinkly. I've got a degree from the University of Life. I'm going for £200.
If £200 is right, Martin stays in the game and it's goodbye, Kirsten. In Monopoly, the cost of Marylebone Station is £200. Martin is right. Which means, Martin, you're still in the game. Kirsten, I'm delighted to say you're out. OK, just 4 people left standing, only 2 places in the final round. Who's up next? And it's Simon. Simon, you can't put it off any longer. Come on up and choose your question. You've been a good contestant so far, very impassive. Nobody's picked you. The lights have done that job for us. Choice of 2 questions. Which one do you think somebody here is going to get wrong?
I'll choose the top one, please, Paul.
The top question. This is the question that Simon's chosen. In the Star Wars films, which character is played by Anthony Daniels? Take a look at them. Will it be Mel, AJ or Caroline to answer that question?
I'm going to choose Caroline, please.
Caroline, he thinks you don't know your Star Wars. Come on up and prove him wrong. Only 3 to choose from. Why her?
Caroline looks far too intellectual to know anything about Star Wars.
Right. Having offended Star Wars fans everywhere, Simon, you're going to hear Caroline's answer in just a moment. Now, Caroline, if you get this right, you stay in the game. You boot him out. If you're wrong, Simon goes through. Here's the question. Take as long as you like. In the Star Wars films, which character is played by Anthony Daniels?
Right, okay. Well, my brother's a great Star Wars and Star Trek fan.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
And for my 12th birthday, I was actually given a Chewbacca toy.
Oh, dear.
Doesn't mean she knows Anthony Daniels. Might be bluffing us to the last minute.
And I also like Yoda. So I think I've got quite a good chance of getting this right.
A lot of money at stake. In the Star Wars films, which character is played by Anthony Daniels?
I'm going to have to go with my first thought, which is Chewbacca.
OK. Dave Prowse was the man inside the Darth Vader suit, former Green Cross Code man. I've got no idea who was inside Chewbacca, but in the Star Wars films, Anthony Daniels played C-3PO. Caroline, you are wrong. Well, I think you're kind of lucky to be through, but Simon, you're still in the game. Caroline, commiserations, but I'm happy to say you're out. AJ and Mel and AJ left, but who's going to be choosing a question and who's going to be answering that question? Let's find out for the final place in the next round. Mel has got to pick a question that AJ is going to get wrong. Mel, join me now. Choose your question. So would you rather be picking a question or answering a question?
I'm really not sure.
Okay. I'm not going to make you any more nervous. Boom. Top or bottom? Which one is AJ going to get wrong?
The second one, the bottom one.
The bottom question. Think you might know the top one then? That's why you said no to it. The bottom question for AJ. AJ, here's the question that Mel is convinced you're going to get wrong. Which Charles Dickens novel is set in Coketown? I think he might get this. Let's find out as I ask AJ to join us and face his question. Would you have picked AJ had you had a field to choose from?
I think I would have done, yeah.
Very confident, AJ. He could have a guess at the last minute, couldn't he? Just pluck it from nowhere. Here's the question. Last chance for one of you at £4,000. Which Charles Dickens novel is set in Coketown?
It's a complete guess, but I'm going to go for the Pickwick Papers.
The Pickwick Papers. In fact, the Pickwick Papers was the first full-length novel Dickens wrote. The novel set in Coketown is Hard Times. Hard times for you, AJ, you're wrong. Which means, Mel, you got the final place in that last round, and AJ, I'm happy to say, you're out. And well done to all 6 of you for getting this far. You've managed to eliminate your opponents, either because you're a good judge of character, because you're clever, or because you're just plain lucky. But let's hope you've been paying attention to everyone else's strengths, and maybe more importantly, their weaknesses, because now it's time for you to go head-to-head with each other. And, of course, with me. Why me? Well, if none of you win, I put £4,000 in my pocket. Otherwise, I get nothing at all for presenting the show. So I hope it's no win, no fee for you, as we all take one step closer to that money. And in round 2, things get decidedly trickier. Judgment of character is now crucial, because you've got to choose an opponent before hearing their question. I then read that question, and to stay in the game, you've got to tell me if you think your opponent is going to get it right or wrong. As always, we start by randomly choosing one of you. Who's going to be up first? Whose judgment of character is going to be tested? And it's Martin. He looks quite relieved. He got his question right. Martin, join me and choose your opponent. And you drew out the agony a bit, didn't you, in round 1? You knew the answer all the time, I think.
No, sir.
Take a look at that face. Maybe he was bluffing. Maybe you're facing him in a moment. Right now, though, he's going to face one of you. Who do you think you can read the best, Martin? Judgment of character is crucial. It's very straightforward. You pick an opponent, I read them a question. Before they answer, you tell me whether they're going to get the answer right or wrong. Who's it going to be?
Tommy.
So, Tommy, he thinks he's got the measure of you. Join us and face your question. Now, why'd you go for Tommy?
Looking around, and I decided I'm the wrinkly, one of the oldest ones here. So I thought, let's pick the youngest person.
OK, you feeling confident, Tommy?
Well, he said they're all wrinkly, so, you know, the mind's probably going a bit.
Here we go. You've got to get this question right. But before you answer, Martin's got to predict whether you're going to get it right or wrong. Tommy, what are the 2 main ingredients of bubble and squeak? He's not going to give us the answer if he knows it until you predicted whether he's going to get that right or wrong. What are the 2 main ingredients of bubble and squeak? Do you know this? OK. Big question is, though, will Tommy know it? He's got to get it right to stay in the game. But you've got to predict whether he's going to get it right or wrong. You know what? I think he's going to get this right. Look at him. I think he's looking slightly uncertain to fox you.
He knows his wine, didn't he, last round?
Knew his wine?
Yeah.
Food and drink?
Yeah, and he can count as well.
He can count. 2 ingredients, that's a good start. Is he going to get this right or wrong? This could win or lose you £4,000 because you'll stay in the game. You might go all the way.
I think he's going to get it right.
You think he's going to get it right? If he does get it right, 2 main ingredients of bubble and squeak, you're both still in the game. If he's wrong, you're both out. Tommy, What are the two main ingredients of bubble and squeak?
It's a good question, isn't it?
It is a good question.
Yeah, all those Christmas evenings.
God, you know how to live in your house, don't you? Bubble and squeak on Christmas Day.
Well, I don't know, I've had a Nebuchadnezzar by then, so not sure. I think I'm going to go for turkey and onion.
Turkey and onion. I think Martin knows what I'm going to say now.
I think I know too.
The two main ingredients traditionally for bubble and squeak are potato and cabbage.
Yeah.
Tommy, you are wrong. Which means I'm delighted to say Martin's wrong as well. So Tommy, sit down, you're out. Martin, sit down, you are out too. That's what I like. 2 out for the price of 1. Sudden death. It's all about first impressions. Only 4 people left. 4 people standing between me and my £4,000. Who's up next to pick an opponent? And it's Anne from the family of Bond fans. Anne, join us and choose your opponent. Now we've got 3 very stony faces in front of us. A little half smile playing around the corner of Mel's lips. Simon's psyching you out.
Yeah.
Ben's looking happy, but he must be nervous. They must all be nervous. Are you nervous, £4,000?
A little bit, yes.
Who are you going to go for?
I'll choose Mel because she hasn't had a go yet.
Spreading the misery around. Mel, join us and face your question. So, it's the first time we've heard you answer a question, Mel. You've got to get it right to stay in the game. But Anne's got to tell me whether you're going to get it right or wrong. Here's your question. In which European city is the Bridge of Sighs? In which European city is the Bridge of Sighs? Would you like me to spell that for you?
No.
It could mean she's very confident, or it could just mean she knows how to spell bridge. What do you think?
I think she'll get it right.
Would you know this?
It's a sort of a standard thing that everybody seems to know.
Maybe she doesn't. Look at that plaintive little move of the eyebrows and the tremble of the lower lip.
Oh, no, I think she knows it.
OK.
No.
I'm happy with that answer. Because if you say she's going to get it right and she gets it wrong, you're both out. Sudden death.
That's right.
OK, Mel, putting a lot of faith in you. In which European city is the Bridge of Sighs?
Paris.
Now, if Paris is the right answer, you're both still in the game. Easy peasy, but if it's wrong, I'm a happy bunny because you're both out. The correct answer is Venice. Mel, you're wrong. Which means, I'm afraid, Anne, you're wrong as well. You put your faith in Mel. She didn't know the answer. On the whole, I'm happy to say, Mel, sit down, you're out. And Anne, I'm delighted to say, sit down, you are out too. Turn into a savage contest this time round on no win, no fee. 2 people out, both times. Only 2 people left in the running for my £4,000, Ben and Simon. And if they both fail, I get that money. Who's going to be up first? Let's find out. So Ben will be predicting whether Simon gets a question right or wrong. There are just the 2 of you. Take your places, please. And remember, this is for £4,000. I'm going to read Simon a question. He has to get it right to stay in the running for that money. Before he answers, you tell me whether he's going to get it right or wrong. If he gets it wrong and you say he's going to get it wrong, you're £4,000 better off. If he gets it right and you said he's going to get it wrong, he gets the money. But this is what I want to happen. If you think he's going to get it right and he gets it wrong, you're both wrong, and 2 wrongs make it right for me. I get £4,000. Should we just savour the tension for a moment? Here's your question, Simon. Bad luck to both of you. How many hurdles are there in a 400-metre hurdle race? Think about what you know about Simon. Does he look a bit sporty? Is he interested in athletics, maybe? Is he somebody whose reactions you trust because at the same time it's you, me and him for £4,000? He's got to get this right to stay in the game. What kind of signals is he trying to send you? Is he trying to wrong foot? I think he knows this. No question, he's going to get this right. Look at him, confidence all over his face. Knows his athletics, probably been a hurdler, fit-looking man, lean, mean, running machine. He's going to get this. Of course, I'm going to say that, aren't I? Because if he then gets it wrong and you said he's going to get it right, I get £4,000, so don't let me influence you. But he knows it.
Well, I'd take an educated guess. I think Simon will do the same. So I think he'll get this.
A lot riding on this, Simon. If you give us the right answer, you and Ben are still in the running for the money. If you're wrong, that £4,000 is mine. Here we go. Take as long as you like. How many hurdles are there in a 400-metre hurdle race?
I'm going to go for 6, Paul.
6 hurdles. Is that your answer?
Mm-hmm.
The answer is 10. Simon, you are wrong. Which means, of course, Simon, I have to say to you, commiserations, sit down, you're out. I also have to say to Ben, sit down, commiserations, you're out as well. And I've just won £4,000. A lot of money, but I kind of feel I've earned it. It's been days and days since I've had a victory, and I won because the other contestants did not get their answers right. Join us the next time we play No Win, No Fee, and I hope next time, once again, it's yes win, yes fee for me. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.